thanks for sticking with us after that short commercial break. We'll head it over to Jordan now with who was significant in this battle.
Okay, thanks, Kenny. We're going to start out with the Axis people. The 14th Army was under the command of Lieutenant General Masaru Homa. Okay, and the 5th Air Group was under the command, or is under the command of Lieutenant General Hideyoshi Obata, and Philippines force under Vice Admiral Ibo Takahashi, and the 11th Air Fleet was under command of Vice Admiral Nishizu Tsukara.
What kind of name is that?
I don't know, sir, but it's a name. Okay. We're going to take it over to the Allied people now, and we're going to give you a little bit more in depth. General Douglas MacArthur. Okay, he was the commander of the USAFFE, which is also the United States Army Forces in the Far East.
Really?
Yeah, really, really.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he was called in from retirement on July 26, 1941. He retired in 1937 after 2 years as military advisor to the Philippine Commonwealth. Okay, we're going to give you some background about this guy. He was the youngest of 3, and he was born in Little Rock, Arkansas in 1880. He was the son of General Arthur MacArthur Jr. He was, and his father, was a military government of American-occupied Philippines in the 1900s. Hope that made sense. And he was an excellent student at West Texas Military Academy. And that was Douglas MacArthur. Some of his past military career was that he served in France as Chief of Staff of the 42nd Division. What do you think of that, Kenny?
I'm not quite sure. You know, that guy's.
He sounds pretty. He sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, but he was promoted to Brigadier General, then to Division Commander, and this was during World War I. And he received 2 distinguished.
Recycle.
Thanks, Kenny.
All right.
We always want our viewers to recycle paper. You know, anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also plastics.
Plastics.
Some aluminum.
Yeah, whatever.
You know.
I mean, I'm sure global warming will take effect eventually.
Oh yeah.
That ozone layer. I mean,
It's gonna kill us eventually. Hey, Nick Mast.
Help the children.
Nick, shut up. Okay.
Okay, well, so let's get back to this. And he received 2 distinguished service crosses, 7 silver stars, a distinguished service medal, and 2 Purple Hearts. Okay, another significant man in the Allied forces was Jonathan M. Wainwright, and he was defender of most likely sites for amphibious attacks, and he was in the Central Plains of Luzon. Okay, his forces included the PA 11th, the 21st, and 31st Infantry Divisions. Okay.
Sounds like a dessert.
Does sound like a dessert. Okay. But here's some background about this guy. He was born at Fort Walla Walla, Washington. And he was the son of Robert Powell Page Wainwright. And he was the graduate of Highland Park High School in 1901. And some things he did in World War I were, in February 1918, he was ordered to France. And in June, he became Associate Chief of Staff of the U.S. Okay. And another main person in the Allied forces was Major General Lewis H. Brederin. Okay? Brederin. Okay, some background about Mr. General Brederin. He graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy in 1911, and in 1913 was one of the first grads and Signal Corps Aviation School.
The turtle's back.
He commanded the 12th Aero Squadron in World War I. And this was one of the first American flying units on the Western Front of this war. And he rose to Chief of Aviation of the U.S. 1st Army Corps and was appointed the Chief of Staff, HQ Air Service of U.S. 3rd Army. And let's go... Sorry, forgot about that. Okay, we're going to go on to Jonathan M. Wainwright. And he was defender... Shoot, I already did that.
That means that we need to not cut that quick.
Minor complications. Continue.
Sorry, people.
Just pause.
No, dude, he's going.
Children!
Major General George Grenert. This was the Major General. He was commander of the Allied forces in the Philippines. Okay? And he was born in Whitehaven, Pennsylvania, and was enlisted in 1898 during the Spanish-American War. During World War I, he was sent to France as an observer with British forces in 1917. And he served as Assistant Chief of Staff for L Corps and was awarded the Distinguished Service Medal in 1918. In 1919, he attended the Army War College, and he served with the 1st Infantry Division at Camp Dix. He served as Lieutenant Colonel of the 10th Cavalry Regiment, and in 1933 he was Director of Military Intel and Espionage Division. In 1936 he was a commanding officer of the 26th Cavalry Regiment, and during May 1940 he commanded the Philippine Department as Major General. Hey Kenny, I just got done going through all the people.
Well, that's nice to know. Now you know who the people were. We'll just take you to why it was significant, and you guys already know what happened, right?
And we'll leave from there.
I mean, you don't know what happened. We'll set you up with what happened. And here's Nick Mast.
Thanks.
Guys!
I think I'm a safe distance here from the battle. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the battle here. Right now, the Philippines are being invaded by Japan, and the island is being defended by the Filipino and the U.S. forces. And so far, we think the Japanese are winning. And the defenders are delaying the Japanese attacks on other areas. And the defending forces are outnumbering the Japanese by 3-2. But the defending forces are very poorly trained and equipped. And the Japanese are using their best first-line troops for this battle. And the Japanese plan to occupy the Philippines. And their main objectives are to prevent the use of Philippines as an advanced base of operations by American forces and acquire staging areas and supply bases to enhance operations against Netherlands and East Indies. Secure the lines of communication between the South and Japanese home islands.
Thanks, Nick Mast, for that interesting report. Hey, Kenny, why is this battle so significant?
Oh no, this battle was significant because it delayed Japanese attacks on other areas and assisted Allied counterattacks in the Southwest Pacific Theater.
Thanks for tuning in on our report of the Battle of the Philippines. This is Jordan Weaver.
Kenny Miller,
And thanks for watching.
out.